So, I went to an Apple store and one guy asked me, "Have you tried the new AirPods Pro?" I've got to try it! I've got to try it! The new AirPods Pro. Selamat siang! Good afternoon everyone, Kenneth here, and today, before starting, let me tell you a little story of my life. So this is my Beats Studio Wireless. I bought this like 4 years ago. Used it for 3 years. I've been enjoying my time with it. It has ANC built in. Doesn't sound the best actually. It sounds kind of crappy compared to even the cheaper Sony one. But I do still enjoy it because I buy this with my own money. So last year, this started to, not this one, but this one. Ta-da! So this snap. Oh, let me just put this aside. I know this can easily be fixed, but I always have been searching for an alternative, and one particular model that comes into mind is the Sony ones. If you see the Sony whatever, I'll put the model up here. If you see the true wireless earbuds from Sony that has active noise cancelling, they have 2 generations of it now. I was really intrigued. So now I can have active noise cancellation that's usually on these big earphones, just with true wireless earphones, the teeny tiny ones. It's amazing to me. But at the time, I remember that the battery life was sacrificed. It doesn't last as long as the other normal ones. I don't know, the first gen lasts about 2-3 hours if I remember correctly. And interestingly enough, there are no other manufacturers that make true wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation. Well, the wait is over. Now AirPods Pro has come out. I was kind of skeptic at the first time. Hearing all the rumors the AirPods are gonna have active noise cancellation, I instantly worried about the battery life. We're gonna talk about all that and more right now. So the AirPods Pro, the first time I hold it in my hands, it really does feel like an AirPod. Very pocketable, very small. The TSOI X is still bigger than the AirPods Pro, which is like the regular AirPods. Put it to the sides, stretch it out a little bit, just like MKBHD say. Moving on to the next point, the battery of the case itself. I was actually quite surprised to find out that the battery is over 500 milliamp hour. In comparison, the Halo GT1, which is my current smallest true wireless earbuds package, only has 300 milliamp hour battery, and the Halo GT1 Pro has 800 milliamp hour battery with a much larger case. So it sits in between there while still being smaller than any of these two, and there is still wireless charging as well built into the case. So case aside, I'm taking the earbuds out, put it into my ear, and what I instantly feel is how they fit very well. The thing is, with the stem, they don't run around, so you know how to put it in your ear. I think that's another plus point as well compared to the Halo GT1. Lately, I've been using and I'm trying to figure out in which angle would it be better. Also, the stem is very small, much shorter than the last AirPods or basically any other AirPod style earbuds out there. I think this is a much better design in my opinion compared to the AirPods. Oh, and also the ear tips, very soft. It almost feels like foam ear tips, but foam ear tips are like memory foam, right? This is almost like latex like. It's not the regular silicone tip that you get on usual earbuds. It's another different level. Passive noise isolation, not so much. The AirPods used to be open to your environment, but this one now blocks it. They built a custom ventilation through the earbuds, so the earbuds won't block as much surrounding noise while also having the same pressure inside and outside. And then let's talk about the biggest new feature, the active noise cancellation, aka ANC. So the ANC, I feel like there are 2 types in this world. The first group is one that blocks everything around you and puts you into a pool. The pressure is pressing on you like ooh. The second group is one that moderately lowers the volume of your environment while not giving too much of a pressure. And I'm not even talking about the third class ANC, the crappy one. Like this one, they still have hiss when the noise cancellation is active, so forget about it. 2 of these camps, and the AirPods Pro leans toward the second group. So it's not the king of ANC, that still goes to the Sony and Bose, but this blocks noise respectably. And I know I'm testing this in an Apple store, so it's a very limited place. I didn't get to go outside. Limitations are there, but here are just my first impressions. What's more interesting though, in my opinion, is the transparency mode. Basically, it uses the microphone listening to your environment, catch those voices and transfers it to your ear. This is useful for in-ear earbuds to let you hear, you know, the announcements on a bus, on an airplane, but it also doesn't sound that good because the microphone is just too small. I don't know if my experience is the same to you, but I've tried the transparency mode in BNOE8, my friends by the way. It sounds like I'm hearing my environment under a phone call, and that is so weird. I'll just take out my earbuds rather than using the transparency mode for that. On the AirPods Pro, from what I can hear, I'm just testing it out with my snaps like this. It sounds so real, like you're actually... there's nothing actually there. I don't know if this is because of the vents. I don't know if this is because of the better mics. It is working really, really well, and I think this is one transparency mode that I will want to use if I'm out and about. But again, this is just me testing in one spot in an Apple store. I don't know if someone from far away shouting at me or there's like a car horn behind me. Can I hear it clearly? I don't think the usual transparency mode can do that. We'll have to test it out. So that's it, the special things that you get with the new AirPods. Let's talk about the usual stuff now. Fit. Oh, I've talked about fit. Let's talk about the controls. As far as I've seen on the website of the AirPods Pro, they only mentioned that now they have force sensitive control. It's not a button, but it's force sensitive. When you click it, it's like the home button in the iPhone 7 and 8, which is pretty interesting. There's no haptic feedback. It makes a clicking sound to your ear. It's like click, click, click. It's so amazing. On the AirPods Pro website, they only tell you that this can be held for a couple seconds to toggle between transparency mode and ANC mode. So well, that's what it's working like. I'll hold it for a few seconds and it toggles. I can hear my surroundings. Hold it a little bit more and I cannot hear this anymore. But then, of course, I didn't stop there. I tried to click it once, click it twice, hold it, and I figured that 1 press is player pause, 2 press is next song, 3 press is previous song. If you remember this is just like the controls on the old wired earbuds that they used to include with every freaking iOS device. It's been a long time since I've used that kind of control. Those are the same for the left and the right ear, so there are no volume control unfortunately, and there's also no voice assistant button, and you have to use Hello Siri to activate voice assistant. And activating voice assistant, the song usually abruptly stops and then abruptly plays back again, but the song now fades out while still playing a little bit, and then you can have a conversation, and after that the song fades back in and it never stops, and I just love it so much. You probably don't know this, but I am one who hates it when someone just stops a song right in the middle of the song. Thumbs up if you feel like me. Okay, now last but not least, the sound quality. Why I put it in the very last, because I don't feel like I've heard enough out of it to do it justice. Am I saying this thing right? It's because I only got to hear this for about 15 minutes before another guy just approached me and say there's another guest who wants to try it out, so I have to return it. That's very sad. I wanted to hear more, like spend 30 minutes, 1 hour. I am ready to do that. And my first impression of the sound is I won't complain for the price. I know it's a lot to say because $249 is a lot too. But, you know, this is a kind of sound that I think most people will like it. It has treble that doesn't go too harsh, that every S, every cymbal hit will hurt, something like that. Also having enough bass and a tone curve that is very fun. And in Hotel California, I discovered yet another something new. There is like a kind of shaker-ish. I put like, I don't know how to call this thing. It's like a or like it's just a normal shaker. I don't know it. It's there at the very left tip of my ear. I don't know why it sounds right here, but it does feel like it. And naturally after that, I tried to listen to it on the QCY-T1 Pro, thoughts on it later by the way, on the Halo, on the TSO IX, and I couldn't have the same feeling as I'm hearing it with the AirPods Pro. But I know I'm comparing it to like something 1/10 of the price, so this is totally unfair. But I just want to know, how good are these earbuds really can be? But anyways, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. If I am buying an AirPods Pro, I think I would wait for a couple months and wait for discounts, but that's just me. I think it is a worthy earbuds for the price. I don't think it'll be one that I regret after 3 to 4 years. I think I would enjoy this. You know, I could have bought the Sennheiser Momentum at that time. And also I'm curious about how the latency is, because they claim it's 30% faster than the original AirPods W1 chip. And there's also the call test, which I always thought is the gold standard in the true wireless earbuds industry. So if I have saved enough money, I think I would really consider this one over the AirPods. It's just that much nicer overall. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys like it. Please do give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe, follow my Instagram, Twitter. You can talk to me, make suggestions or whatever. I'll try to make a video about your requests. Until next time, this is Kenneth and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, this is my second recording because the last one I just lost everything in my mic and I hate it so much and I talk too much. Bye bye.